Hello. So within the pack that should be on its way to a few of you who've requested extra work, we will be having a look at forming captions for different pictures. If you would like a copy of these, then please just let me know and I'll make sure I can post it to you, or I can send you the link to where to find it on the Twinkle website, which is still offering free subscriptions. Okay, so the aim of this piece of work about writing a caption is aimed at encouraging your child to look carefully at the picture and describe to you what is happening in there. They can, of course, use gesturing, such as pointing at the picture, indicating their understanding of what's happening. They could use their talker to explain who is in the picture and perhaps what is happening. They can sign to you, and their signing can be reinforced as well by yourself. And also, as I will mention a bit later in the video, you don't have to use these pictures. These are just exercises that you could do to help practice their observations of the picture, their vocabulary, using their talking devices, and practicing signing, also linking words together to form phrases. If you find that they don't find these pictures very engaging, of course you can use some pictures of your own, something of their personal interests, such as games they enjoy, or animals, or vehicles, absolutely anything. And of course you can also perhaps start a scrapbook with your child. If you've got any family photographs that you'd like to look at, they can begin to write captions and form their own family scrapbook, which may engage them because obviously they recognise who is in the picture and they have very happy memories of what was happening in the photographs as well. So it's whatever you feel is more suitable for your child and what clearly they're more engaged in writing about. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to use these pictures I've printed off the Twinkle website, and they are fairly easy to use. There, a lot of the symbols that have been provided for those of you that have asked for hard copies are very 2, 3, 4 words sentences mainly, up to 9 word sentences, so, or phrases I should say. So yeah, if you need any help with any of these, if you want any symbols printed off, if you let me know, I can email them to you or send hard copies. We're going to start off by just looking at this first picture here. So what we do usually in class, we would supply the children with symbols to help them build a sentence. So in this case, we're looking for pat a dog. So we would start off by jumbling the words up, and we would talk about the picture in itself, and we'd ask them what's happening in the picture, who's in the picture, and use different questions, question starters, just to help build on their language and understanding. Then we would look at the actual words that we've been supplied with, or maybe they could even use their talker, or they might decide they don't want to use these symbols. Perhaps that's fine. If they think of something else they'd like to say about it, or use a different word, that's fine. It's not a problem. But for the purpose of the video, obviously we'll stick with these ones. So first thing I might say, what do they say? They might be able to read to you what the words are there. Perhaps they could spell it on their talker perhaps to you, or even sign it. After we've done that, then we would think about which order they should be in. So just to say that we start on the left hand side of the page, which words goes first. If they're not sure, if they need prompting, that's fine too. If you just ask them, pat, which word here starts with a p, and then if 3 is too much, then you might want to take one away. For example, D is quite similar to a P, so if we just move that away, which one starts with the P? And then you might want to do the same with these two words and make sure that they put them in the correct order, such as this, like that. Once you've got your caption, you will have to, you can glue the symbols on just as a visual reminder for them. That's fine. What we would do next is write the caption down on the piece of work for them to overwrite. If your child is happy to write without the overwriting or maybe copying, that's fine. But what we tend to do is help with their letter formation is actually write directly onto the work. So here I would write at a Now, I've used orange for this video. Sometimes we use yellow, but obviously yellow is quite a light colour, so it's quite hard to see sometimes. So, and obviously if your child needs to have a darker colour, then obviously you can use a darker colour, it's up to you. And then next what we would do is ask or encourage your child to then overwrite over it following the letters. Now our class is very good, they're very good at following the letters and also starting in the right place, which is great. So once they've overwritten their caption, then you can move on to the next one if they still feel like they can carry on, or you could do something slightly different, because sometimes, because these aren't very relevant to them personally, they might find it quite tricky to actually write a caption for it or engage with the activity. So another thing that we could do is write a caption for their own photo. For example, here I've got a photo of my daughter Molly. You might have a nice funny photo that you'd like to write that they would engage with, it maybe a happy memory holiday or something like that they might engage with better, and they can write a caption for their picture. Now I have made up some letter cards because obviously at home if you're printing your own ones then you might not have in print to make these symbols up for you, or a printer, so you can just write this on some scrap bits of paper, post-it notes or something like that. So again, we would start off by, maybe if their name is in there, then you'd ask them, where's your name, and they hopefully will be able to find it. Again, there's quite a few words here, so you might want to take a few away to say which one starts the sentence. Talk about what's happening in the sentence. Can they remember anything about what's going on in the photograph? Try and recall who is in the photograph. Use different questions, and then you can start building up your caption. So here it was Molly was in the swing. Again, you can ask them to find the initial letter for each one, and then as before, if you can write the sentence underneath, and they can overwrite. If your child is ready to move on from overwriting, then you could leave your own writing there and they can just copy underneath. They could copy from another piece of paper as well, but that's quite a tricky skill to have, so it might be easier to have it so they're copying directly below. Alternatively, if your child wants to type it on a computer, that's also great. And they can do some good computer skills and typing it up and typing it on their talker. And if they manage to do this, I'd be really, really excited to see their lovely work. So if you could take a photograph of it and send it to me on Seesaw. And I think that's it for now. If you've got any questions, please feel free to message me and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, if you would like to have more of the original sheets that we were looking at, if you would like to have a hard copy of these caption sheets, then please let me know, and I'll ensure that they get sent to you as soon as I possibly can.